The Canucks take on the Penguins, 7 o'clock Eastern, puck drop in the Steel City. Pittsburgh's minus 165, totals at 6. We saw a 15-cent move toward Pittsburgh. No movement on this total as of yet. The Pens open $1.50 up to minus 165, totals at 6. 63% are leaning Pittsburgh, 55% shaded toward the over. Right now, Vancouver's plus 145 on the money line. Pittsburgh plus $1.60 on the puck line. We have Murray for the Penguins, Markstrom for the Canucks. Jake Markstrom comes into this game with a 7-6 record, 2.72 goals against, and a 9.13 save percentage. Vancouver is 11-4 against the spread on the road, and of course, when I refer to the spread in the National Hockey League, I'm referring to the puck line. So once again, they've successfully covered the puck line in 11 out of their last 15 on the road. They rank in the top 10 in goals allowed, top 5 in road offensive shots. Pettersson, Miller, and Bozer all have 10 goals apiece. Meanwhile, on the Pittsburgh side, they're just 5-9 against the spread at home. They rank 18th in shots allowed at home as well. And when it comes to this total, Pittsburgh's 9-5 to the under in the friendly confines. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me Vancouver plus 1.5 in the under 6 goals in that game. Next matchup, Boston taking on the Senators, 7 o'clock Ottawa. The Bruins are minus 155, totals at 6. We saw a 10-cent fade of Boston in the early wagering. The Bruins open $1.65 down to minus 155, totals at 6. 74% are leaning Boston, 87% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Senators are plus 135 on the money line. Boston plus $1.60 on the puck line. We have Tuukka Rask for the Bruins, Anders Nielsen for Ottawa. Now, if you like Tuukka Rask in this matchup for Boston, he's 11-2-2 on the year, 218 goals against, 928 save percentage. Boston's 16-3-5 on the year, 7-4 against the spread when traveling. They're right now in the middle of a 4-game winning streak. They rank in the top 3 in scoring, top 5 in goals allowed. Drew Pasternak has 23 goals on the year, 39 total points. He's plus 10. And Brad Marchand, 25 assists, 17 goals, 42 total points for Marchand. He is plus 19 on the season. Now the Senators on the other side, they rank in the bottom 5 in scoring, bottom 5 in shots allowed. And when it comes to the total, Boston's 8-3 to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean Boston minus $1.55 in the over 6 goals in that matchup. Next game, Hurricanes, Rangers, 7 o'clock New York. The Hurricanes are minus 155, total 6.5. We saw a nickel move toward Carolina in the early wagering. They open $1.50 up to minus 155, total 6.5. 54% are leaning Rangers, 57% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Rangers are plus 140 on the money line. Carolina plus 155, laying the goal and a half. We have Peter Mrazek for the Canes, Heinrich Lundqvist for the Rangers. Lundqvist is 6-5 on the year with a 910 save percentage. New York 7-4-2 straight up at home this year, 9-4 against the spread in those games. Panarin, 12 goals, 30 points, plus 11 on the year. Strome, 16 assists, 22 points. He's plus 8. The Rangers, 3-1 straight up in their last 4, top 10 in home scoring. Now, Carolina on the other side, just 5-7 against the spread when traveling. They've also dropped 7 out of their last 10 head-to-head matchups with the Rangers if you're into historical trends. Now, total-wise, New York, 8-5 to the under at home. I'm going to lean Carolina minus 155 and the under 6.5 in that matchup. Next game, Panthers, Capitals, 7 o'clock, Nation's capital. Washington's minus $1.55, total 6.5. Saw a nickel move toward Washington. No movement on this total as of yet. The Caps open $1.50 up to 155, total 6.5. 73% are leaning Washington, 77% shaded toward the over. Right now, Florida's plus 135 on the money line. Washington plus $1.55, laying the goal and a half. We have Braden Holtby for the Caps, Sergei Bobrovsky for Florida. Bobrovsky comes into this game with a 3.45 goals against and an 8.88 save percentage. Holtby on the other side, 11-2 on the year, 2.85 goals against, 9.08 save percentage. Washington is 16-4-5 overall for the year, top 5 in scoring, top 10 in home scoring. Alex Ovechkin has 15 goals on the year, 25 points total. Kuznetsov and TJ Oshie, 10 goals apiece for them. Florida on the other side, losers in their last couple of games. They rank in the bottom 3 in goals allowed. Give me the Caps minus $1.55 and the over 6.5 in that matchup. Next game, Flyers taking on the Blue Jackets, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Columbus. The Blue Jackets are minus $1.20, totals 5.5. Saw a nickel move toward Columbus and movement downward on the total. CBJ open $1.15, up to minus 120. Total open 6, down the 5.5. 55% are leaning Philadelphia, 81% shaded toward the over. Right now the Flyers are catching even money for an outright win. CBJ plus $2, laying the goal and a half. Junis Korpisalo for the Blue Jackets. Elliott for the Flyers. Elliott's 5-2 on the year, 275 goals against, 913 save percentage. Philly ranks in the top 10 in offensive shots, top 3 in shots allowed. Lindblom has 9 goals, 16 points. Travis Konechny, 8 goals, 23 points for him. Philadelphia's won 2 out of their last 3. They also rank in the top 3 in road shots allowed. Now, Columbus on the other side, just 5-8 against the spread at home. They rank in the bottom 3 in scoring, bottom 3 in scoring at home as well. And when it comes to this total, Columbus is 14-9 to the under. They're also 9-4 to the under at home. I'm going to take the Flyers catching even money and the under 5.5 in that matchup. Next game, Flames taking on the Sabres. 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Buffalo. We had a minor flip of the lines in this matchup here. Calgary is minus 120 with regard to the sides. Totals at 5.5. They did open up as the even money underdog, though. And since then, we did see a 20-cent move toward Calgary. So once again, the Flames opened even money, now minus 120. Totals 5.5. 67% of the consensus are leaning toward Buffalo. 79% shaded toward the over. And of course, Buffalo right now is catching the even money on the money line. Meanwhile, Calgary's plus 220, laying the goal and a half. We have Dave Riddick for the Flames. Linus Ullmark for Buffalo. Ullmark comes into this game with a 2.91 goals against and a 915 save percentage. Buffalo's 6-3-2 at home. Top 10 in goals allowed at home. Top 10 in shots allowed at home. Jack Eichel has 14 goals, 16 assists, 30 points. Reinhart and Skinner have 9 goals apiece as well for Buffalo. Now Calgary on the other side, ice cold right now. Losers of 7 out of their last 8. They're also just 5-9-2 on the road this year. Bottom 3 in scoring. Total-wise, Calgary 13-3 to the under when traveling. Give me Buffalo catching even money and the under 5.5 in that matchup. Next game, Blues taking on the Lightning, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Tampa Bay. The Lightning are minus 165, total 6.5. So a 10-cent move toward Tampa Bay. No movement on this total as of yet. The Lightning opened $1.55 up to 165, total 6.5. Right now the Blues are plus 135 on the money line. Tampa Bay plus 150 on the puck line. We have Vasilevsky for Tampa Bay, Binnington for the Blues. Jordan Binnington's 11-4-1 on the year, 223 goals against, 926 save percentage. St. Louis is 14-5-6 overall for the year, 7-2-3 on the road. They rank in the top 10 in goals allowed, 11th in road scoring. Braden Shen has 12 goals on the year, 22 points. And Perron has 11 goals on the year, 12 assists, 23 points for him. Tampa Bay on the other side, bottom 10 in goals allowed, bottom 3 in shots allowed. They've dropped 7 out of their last 10 head-to-head matchups with the Blues if you're into historical trends. And when it comes to this total, Tampa Bay 7-2 to the over at home. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me the Blues plus 1.5 and the over 6.5 in that matchup. Next game, Maple Leafs taking on the Red Wings, 7 o'clock Detroit. Toronto's minus 220, totals at 6. Saw a 10-cent move toward Toronto, no real surprise there. The Leafs open 210 up to minus 220, totals at 6. 74% are leaning Toronto, 58% shaded toward the over. Right now, Detroit is plus 185 on the money line. Toronto plus $1.15, laying the goal and a half. We have Freddie Anderson for the Leafs. John Bernier for Detroit. Bernier or Bernier, as you would like to call it in the States. He's just 5-6 on the year, 3.30 goals against, 890 save percentage. Anderson on the other side, 11-5 on the year, 268 goals against, 916 save percentage. Detroit just 7-16-3 overall for the year. That means they've been outright winners in just 7 out of 26 games on the season. They're just 4-7-1 at home. They've lost their last 6 straight games. They're on a 6-game losing streak. They rank in the bottom 3 in scoring, bottom 3 in goals allowed. Toronto on the other side, winners in their last couple of games. They also rank in the top 10 in road scoring, top 5 in road offensive shots. Matthews has 16 goals, 30 points on the year. Nylander, 8 goals, 11 assists, 19 points. And when it comes to this total, 8 out of Toronto's last 12 on the road did get over the total. I'm going to lean Toronto minus 1.5 and the over 6 goals in that game. Next matchup, Golden Knights taking on the Preds. And that's going to be an 8 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Nashville. The Preds are minus 135, totals at 6. We did see a nickel move toward Nashville in the early wagering. Nashville open $1.30 up to minus 135, totals at 6 flat. 51% are leaning Nashville, 57% shaded toward the under. Right now, Vegas is plus $1.15 on the money line. Nashville plus $1.85, laying the goal and a half. We have Pekka Rinne for the Preds, Malcolm Subban for the Golden Knights. Subban's really struggled as of late. Just 0-4 on the year, 3.55 goals against, 8.83 save percentage. Pekka Rinne on the other side for Nashville, 8-4-2 on the year. The Golden Knights really struggling on this puck line when traveling. Just 4-8 against the spread on the road this year. They've lost their last 3 straight games, and they're just 2-8 straight up in their last 10. One more thing to add about Vegas, they rank in the bottom 10 in road scoring. Nashville on the other side, 2-0 straight up in their last couple of games, 7-5-2 at home this year. They rank in the top 10 in scoring. Forsberg and Bonino have 10 goals apiece. Meanwhile, Ellis has 15 assists, 18 points, and he's plus 8 on the year. Total-wise, Nashville 8-6 to the over at home, 15-8 to the over overall for the year. I'm going to lean Nashville minus $1.35 and the over 6 goals in that matchup. Next contest, it is going to be Ducks taking on the Coyotes, 9:30 Arizona. The Coyotes are minus 145, totals 5.5. So a nickel fade of Arizona in the early betting. The Coyotes open $1.50 down to minus 145, totals 5.5. 65% are leaning Arizona, 70% shaded toward the over. Right now, Anaheim's plus $1.25 on the money line. Arizona plus $1.80 on the punk line. That's a new one, the punk line. Arizona plus $1.80 on the puck line. We have Antti Ranta for Arizona, John Gibson for the Ducks. Gibson comes into this game with a 2.86 goals against and a 9.12 save percentage. Anaheim ranks in the top 10 in shots allowed on the road. They're 7-5 against the spread when traveling this year. Getzlaf and Silverberg, 9 goals apiece for those guys. Meanwhile, Arizona's dropped 2 out of their last 3. They rank in the bottom 3 in home scoring, bottom 10 in shots allowed. And total-wise, 8 out of Arizona's last 12 at home stayed under the total. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me the Ducks plus 1.5 and the under 5.5 in that matchup. Next game, Oilers, Avalanche, 10 o'clock, Colorado. The Avalanche are minus 135, total 6.5. Edmonton's plus $1.15 on the money line. Colorado plus 180 on the puck line. We have Phil Grubauer for the Avalanche, Mike Smith for Edmonton. Smith's 2.66 on the year, goals against 2.66. Let's try that again. Mike Smith comes into this game with a 2.66 goals against and a 9.11 save percentage. Edmonton's 6-7-3 on the year, 9-5-1 away from home, top 3 in goals allowed on the road, top 5 in shots allowed when traveling as well. Colorado on the other side lost their last 2 straight. They also rank in the bottom 10 in goals allowed at home. Total-wise, Colorado 75% to the over in Denver. I'm going to lean Edmonton plus $1.15 and the over 6.5 in that matchup. Next contest, Islanders, Kings, 10:30 Los Angeles. Jets, Sharks, 10:30 San Jose. The Sharks are minus 135, total 6.5. So a 10-cent fade of San Jose. No movement on this total as of yet. The Sharks open $1.45 down to minus 135, total 6.5. 51% are leaning Winnipeg, 73% shaded toward the over. Right now the Jets are plus 115 on the money line. San Jose plus $1.65, laying the goal and a half. We have Martin Jones for the Sharks, Connor Hellebuck for the Jets. I like Winnipeg catching the plus money in this spot here against a struggling San Jose team. Give me Winnipeg plus $1.15 and the under 6.5 in that matchup. And of course, we're going to slide into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Islanders taking on the Kings, 10:30 Eastern puck drop in Los Angeles. The Islanders are minus 135, totals 5.5. 74% on the Islanders, 75% on the over. Right now the Kings are plus 115 on the money line. Islanders plus $1.90 on the puck line. Varlamov for New York, Quick for the Kings. Give me the Islanders minus $1.35 and the under 5.5 in that game. All right, guys, let's go ahead and slide into our quick pick recap brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are hitting at 65% for the entire college football season. I like Winnipeg plus $1.15 under 6.5. Islanders minus 135 under 5 hook. Edmonton plus 115 over 6 hook. Anaheim plus 1.5 under 5 hook. Nashville minus 135 over 6 goals. Vancouver plus 1.5 under 6 goals. Toronto minus 1.5 over 6 goals. St. Louis plus 1.5 over 6 hook. Philadelphia winning that one outright for some even money in the under 5.5. Washington minus 155 over 6.5. Carolina minus 155 under 6.5. Buffalo catching even money on the money line in the under 5.5. And last but certainly not least, I like Boston minus $1.55 and the over 6 goals in that game. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are 65% for the entire college football season. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for tuning in right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Wednesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you on patreon.com/BrockPage.